Younger sister was caught stealing and doing very inappropriate things. It just gets completely out of hand, and you're going to see exactly how the family handles it. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and let's jump right into it. My younger sister, Jane, who's 11, has been driving me crazy. My older sister, Anne, 24, almost hates her at this point, and my parents said the situation isn't serious. First of all, Jane isn't my mom's bio daughter. Dad had an affair 11 years ago, and Jane is the other woman's daughter. Her bio mom is not in the picture, and my mom raised Jane since she was 6 months old. This information is very important. It started last year. My parents discovered she was in a chat group with older teenagers up to 19 years old, and they also shared nudes. They told my sister she must send nudes as well, and Jane told them she was only 17. Luckily, she didn't send. However, she did send them some of the photos Anne had in her Instagram. Pictures of Anne on the beach, and told everyone from the group that the girl in those photos was her. According to my mom, her chats with some of the dudes from the group were really inappropriate. My parents yelled at her, changed her number, and told her to never do that again, and that was that. Months later, things in our house started to disappear. Yes, it was Jane the one taking our things. Few examples. She sometimes takes money from my dad's wallet when he comes home from work. She always steals Anne's makeup. When I was 14, my grandpa bought me 3 rings. Last week, one of them disappeared. Last year, we went to a family vacation and I bought one necklace from that place. I discovered yesterday that she stole that necklace too and took a photo of her with my necklace and posted it on her WhatsApp status. When I confronted her, she denied it and never gave it back. Basically, she always takes our things when we're out of the house, and even when we're sleeping. Now, I know, I'm going to sound petty, but after she took a photo of my necklace, I decided to check her phone and tablet while she was sleeping, just to see if there were other things she took without our permission. Yeah, I wanted to snitch. However, I'm not worried. Here's what I found. Number 1. Endless photos of Jane using my things. Rings, bracelets, AirPods, and even my own phone. Last week, I had to get my wisdom teeth removed, and I did not take my phone with me. She has been taking pictures of all my conversations with my friends since July 4th, and she used my Instagram when I was getting my teeth removed. I'm disgusted by this, because I had nudes in my gallery. And yeah, my phone does have a password. I don't know how she unlocked it. Number 2. I looked at her WhatsApp and apparently everything's fine there. However, the last person she talked to was some guy and the whole chat was deleted. It does seem like a red flag to me, 100% suspicious. Number 3. She has Instagram and she's not allowed to have one. Not only that, but she also logged into Anne's Instagram. I don't even know how she got her password. Number 4. My grandma sent my mom $200 for Christmas. My mom never got the chance to spend it, so she has the money in her closet. The closet's door is always locked because she has other things there as well. In Jane's phone, I found photos of her posing with the $200. Again, that door was locked. And number 5. Last but not least, I took her tablet too. The only thing I found there was this note from May 20th. Here's the translation. Day number 1. I'm not hungry. I hate my family and I feel that they don't want me. Why didn't they abandon me in the first place? They don't know me. They don't know how I am or how I normally feel. But since I grew up without a real mom, sometimes when I grab a knife, I wonder why I don't die. That thought always comes to mind when I grab a knife. End of day 1. Yesterday, I talked to my parents about the necklace incident and got told that I'm just overreacting. They also said that even though taking our things without our permission is wrong, Jane, quote, can't steal because we all live in the same house. Tuh, I disagree. There are other things Jane does, such as sucking her thumb. Yeah, she never stopped that. I think this particular thing, though, isn't that serious, but I don't even know at this point. I just honestly don't know how to talk to my parents about all of this. I would appreciate some advice. Oh yeah, and just to clarify, I don't care about jewelry having more than my sister. It's just that my parents don't believe in therapy and find it useless. Sometimes they even mock the concept of depression, anxiety, etc. Yes, I do know my sister needs serious help, but I don't know how to talk to my parents about this. Hey guys, Mr. Reddito here. So, there's a complete update for this story. Everyone was requesting for the update in the comment section. It took OP a little bit of time, but here's the update. Guys, don't forget to support the channel by pressing that like button and dropping a comment down below. Let's get right to the update. Many people have been asking me to write an update. So, that day, my dad did not come home until 2 days later. My older sister and I told our parents that we needed to talk. Jane was in her room, so that helped a bit. It was just the four of us, at first. Since I took the pictures of everything she did, all her selfies with her stolen things, I even took a picture of the note she wrote. I showed them all those pictures while I was telling them about the things I found on her phone. My dad got angry, took her phone, tablet, and then he went through her phone first. Since it caught her by surprise, my dad found more things she couldn't delete. Apparently, she also had another Instagram account, and she's been talking to more than 10 boutiques there, asking them what can she buy for $20. She also has been talking to strangers using the same Instagram. One thing that made my dad really angry was the fact that Jane was the one who started all the conversations with the strangers. He told her he's going to delete both of her accounts. At this point, Jane was crying and begging him not to. He went through her WhatsApp, her contacts, and that's when our parents told us that they allowed Jane to have at most 25 contacts in her phone. All should be friends from school and family. But she had a little over 250 contacts. Some of them were people from Venezuela, Costa Rica. Also, many of her contacts had weird names, like one was named Pikachu. Another one was Harry Potter. Another was named Blocked, and so on. My dad asked her who are they and where did she get their numbers, and she just did not answer. Jane's been telling those strangers who my dad was, how much is his salary. By the way, my dad has a high salary. And the places he's been going in the past few weeks. He travels a lot for work and is considered essential. She sent her selfie with my mom's money to one of them, and she even told them where we live. The area, at least, not the direct location. Then, she also created another Google account so my dad could not monitor her. My dad had the passwords of her first Google account. Okay, about the stolen things. My mom went to her closet and found the $200 there. Apparently, Jane only wanted to pose and take selfies with it. My parents just told her to never do that again. About her online behavior, after debating for a while, my dad decided she can use her phone until 4 p.m. That's it. They said they, quote, can't leave her without a phone because she has online classes in the mornings. Finally, the more concerning thing, which is the note that I found. My dad was not surprised about this at all. He told us 3 of his coworkers have 14 to 16-year-old daughters that cut themselves and act depressed. Mom says there's no way she can be depressed because she's always enjoying her life and doing everything she wants. My sister and I suggested, or begged, for therapy, but both my mom and dad thought if Jane was really depressed, she wouldn't even want to do these things she likes and she would not enjoy them. We asked them if they think this is normal behavior for an 11-year-old, and they didn't answer. Basically, they don't care about the stolen things. They even said we should lock our things from now on if we don't want her to touch it. And they both think Jane's note is just an angsty phase. Their main concern is about Jane talking to strangers online and giving personal details information. I know this wasn't a great update, but I really tried to convince them about the therapy. My parents grew up in a little town from South America. They aren't evil abusers. They're just raised in a time and place where mental health was something that just wasn't worried about. I do know that Jane needs to feel loved, and both my sister and I are currently trying to be closer to her. Little steps so we don't freak her out and understand her more. Other than that, I don't think there's much we can do. There's no extended family who can be persuaded my parents. I can't take her to therapy by force, and there's also a pandemic going on, so any contact with strangers would be a big no-no from my parents. I know, it could be online therapy, but my parents already refused therapy and they're not willing to participate in one. People told me I should call CPS if my parents don't do anything. But that would be such a drastic decision, I don't even think my older sister would support me with that one. My parents aren't evil, they just don't understand. My older sister and I decided we will support Jane as much as we can from now on. Guys, this is my last update. I'm sorry if it wasn't what people expected. I just can't believe how the parents are handling this situation. It's very obvious that she needs some sort of therapy. Guys, let me know what you think of this and how you would go about handling it. Let's take a look at one comment in particular. You need to let them know that ignoring the problem can lead to her being kidnapped or running away with grown men. She needs therapy because she could be depressed or even have suicidal thoughts. It's not a phase, and if she's acting like it is, she needs to see how bad it is to fake it. Alright guys, so drop your thoughts down below on this. Tell me in the comment section, what advice would you give OP how to handle her little sister? Our next story we're going to look at involves a work drama, where an IT tech lead finds something on a coworker's computer that he wish he hadn't. Press that like button, and here we go with the final story of the day. Hey, what's up guys? Just a quick interruption. I wanted to announce something that we added to the channel. It's a subscription-based button. You can find it right under the videos next to subscribe. It'll say join. What it is a membership, and you can support the channel with various different options. The higher tier options even allows you to be animated into the end credits of a story. It's crazy the stuff that we're adding, so if you want to support the channel, check it out and by all means, go for it. I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the stories. Hey guys, what's up? My name's Steven. I'm 36 years old and I'm a male. I just need a little bit of help with an office situation I found myself tied up in. My father would say it best, since I've heard it from him 1,000 times. You're not living up to your potential, Steven. You're pathetic. What I mean by this is that I'm working as an office IT associate, even though I have a degree in programming. I still live at my parents' house, and I've never had a serious girlfriend. My love has always been with computers, but my problem's always been my lack of motivation. Anyways, that's enough background on me for now. Let's get back to the situation. Anytime my office has a problem with the computer, I show up at my dark and gloomy office, just to fix the problem basically instantly because, let's be real, these people in this office are not very keen on technology. Usually issues with disk space or small updates. It was about my 8th month at this position when a new member of the team showed up. Denise, a 57-year-old female. Denise, to say it nicely, was the absolute most mentally slow person I've ever dealt with on the computer. Every single day was another issue with this Denise's computer. so I got sick of walking to her space. I installed a virtual assistant on her computer, so I could take over her computer and fix things faster without having to walk to her PC in person. Well, little did I know this would end up being the biggest mistake of my 36 years on this planet. Before we get into all that, let's tell a little background about the office members and workspace. I work at a metal fabrication call center, where normally I would have never been a part of this, except right out of schooling I was offered this position, and to be honest, I was already doing mediocre jobs. So when they offered me $45,000 a year, I jumped at the chance to be their lead IT. Peter was the office boss. He was in charge of our 11-man crew. Jeff was the 49-year-old metal expert. He was the one every technician went to when they had questions on metal bending. Denise, as mentioned before, was in HR and billing. And the reason she's going to be the star of the story is that, well, to put it simply, is absolutely obsessed with Jeff. How do I know this? You're probably asking right now. Well, that stupid virtual assistant I put on her computer would come back to haunt me as I happened across a shocking email on Denise's computer. It was addressed to Jeff, and literally neither of them even tried to hide it. They were sending messages right over the work network. Jeff was the one who actually was completely overline. He was talking about very explicit things he wanted to do to Denise. Don't get me wrong, Denise was no saint either. The only difference is Denise is a single old widow. Her husband passed away over a decade ago. She has one son who played semi-pro basketball overseas in Japan, and she would literally talk to anyone who would listen about it. I always thought in the back of my head how lonely she must be. Jeff, on the other hand, was a completely different story. He had 3 children, all aged under 5. His wife Mandy was a school teacher at the local school. They've been married for over 20 years and they met in their 30s. Well, with this new information, I have no idea what to do. I haven't been working there that long, and I am making decent money finally, so I did not want to ruin a good thing. But I am literally witnessing an affair with my own eyes, and I'm the only person in the entire world that knows what's going on. Like I said, I don't know what to do. Please drop some advice down below, and I'll keep you guys updated with what happens. Okay guys, I have some great news about this story. This actually happened about 8 months ago. I contacted the original poster and asked, hey, is there an update for this? There's a lot of people wanting to know what happened. Kindly, OP responded a couple days later and said he forgot that he made this on the post, but he will do a full update for it, so you guys have to stay tuned to that. He's gonna message me again when he posts it. So we'll see what happens with that. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that, cause man, that was a crazy story. I'm itching to know what he did with this knowledge of the affair. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's stories. Click that subscribe button. I've said it a million times. I know it might sound annoying, but it really helps me out. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.